Use the hashtag #WhatILearnedToday so we can reach out and touch you. The Daily Mojo.
Wow, it's going to be an interesting day, I guess, because it's already started off with quite a bit of attitude being thrown around. Just about everywhere, but you blame anybody? I mean, we're on the verge, I think, of World War III at this point, so I can imagine temperatures and tempers are running kind of hot. Thank you to Beaver for sending me. It's an Insta reel, but it really does nail it as far as what I feel like a lot of Americans feel.
This guy's kind of pissed.
He's pissed, and I am with him. If it cuts off the first two words, the first two words he says are the American people, but here's the rest of what he say.
American people are the biggest slaves of any citizenship in the entire world because the American people are the only people that are told, go work super hard, go take a massive amount of your life, and we're going to take at least half your money. When we take half your money, we're going to send it overseas, or we're going to mismanage it, or we're going to send it over here for quote-unquote aid. Where's our motherfucking aid? Where's our aid from Kuwait or any of these other rich countries to fix our homeless problem? You ever notice that none of the other citizens on the planet work so that we can have a better here in America? It's always the other way around. Why the f*** are we, the citizens of the United States of America, financing the well-being of every other fucking country in this planet? Until people wake up to that and say no more, shit's gonna continue. This land of the free, that's a fucking joke. Land of the motherfucking worker bees is what we are.
That's what it feels like on some days.
Wow.
On most days. And it's true. We are financing the entire planet. I mean, that's what was one of the things that Trump was trying to fix in the UN. You know, everybody, hey, how about trying to put in your fair share, maybe?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, oh, can't do that, can't do that. And you look at these countries in the Middle East, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, they are, I mean, they've got the gold-plated faucets and toilets for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I think they could, you know, toss a little.
All these oil-rich
Our way.
companies could toss a
Yes.
little bit in, too, yeah.
Yes, they could. Yes, and that's why I think people were upset after the whole Kuwait war, the first, you know, invasion into when Iraq invaded Kuwait, and we were in there, and, you know, it's like, hey, how about showing a little gratitude, tossing us some cheap oil, whatever. But no, that's not going to happen. And we are becoming, well, excuse me, we have long been the planet's police force. And I think people are finally over it. Because, well, we've kind of used up all of our stuff. We've given away all the money with $33 trillion in debt. We've now given Ukraine all the stuff we can possibly give them to the point where our supplies are kind of decimated.
Now we're talking about giving, $100 billion to Israel.
To Israel. And better play you a piece of the interview that Tucker did with the General McGregor. Is it James McGregor? I think it is. Douglas McGregor, sorry, who's been on his show before. And basically, you know, what's happening over there in Israel with Hamas. And you can't even you can't even have any critical suggestion toward Israel without somebody. I pissed somebody off on the Twitter last night. He said, what was it? It was a second. Because I suggested yesterday, you know, are we being set up?
Yeah. Is this
stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. Is all of this stuff a setup? Because I don't know what the truth is anymore. I don't know who's pulling the strings. And he said, no, we're not being set up. I'm tired of pretending that everything is, as you say, a boogeyman. Nope.
Everything is an effing boogeyman. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I know about this stuff. I've studied it for years. Putin is a pig. Hamas did this stuff with the help of the Iran, China, Russia axis. I'm sorry, but I've lost my trust in you, Brad. All right. Well, I don't know
if that's what it
in
takes.
The first place.
Yeah, see ya.
Because I don't know. But I said, hey, no worries. Be well. I hope you are. I don't know what the hell. I mean, I can't tell you what is actually happening out there. I can tell you what I think.
Everything is being made to be the boogeyman. That's the thing. as long as the American public stays scared of whatever it is, they'll bend over backwards, as you can see in Congress, to help whoever it needs to be.
We don't even know what the hell's going on in Congress anymore. Now they're going to vote secretly for a speaker. This whole thing is
they've been voting secretly for a speaker. It's just not working. I mean,
exactly. I mean, these are the clowns that are in charge. These are the clowns that we put up there. So, and then we have this this guy on the Alaska Airlines flight.
What a dumbass!
What in the hell? He's a pilot.
He had a mental break.
Alaska
they said.
Airlines.
He had a mental break.
Here's what he did, because. Wow. Damn.
An Alaska Airlines pilot is facing life behind bars, accused of trying to shut down the engines of a flight bound for San Francisco. The off-duty pilot was riding in the cockpit of the commercial flight when he tried to take the plane down and the 80 passengers on board. Our US correspondent Catherine Firkin has more.
Just 30 minutes after taking off, terror struck Alaska Airlines Flight 2059.
We got the guy that tried to shut the engines down out of the cockpit.
An unthinkable emergency as an off-duty pilot tried to shut down the engines of the packed flight just as the plane reached 31,000 feet.
Crisis making an emergency landing, ETA 4 minutes.
44-year-old Joseph Emerson was sitting in the jump seat in the cockpit when he made his move.
We want law enforcement as soon as we get on the ground and park.
The father of two was overpowered by the quick-thinking crew, was handcuffed and bundled to the rear of the aircraft.
Hey, both of you could let me know the threat level. Doesn't sound like he's causing any issue in the back right now. I think he's subdued.
The plane bound for San Francisco was diverted to Portland, where Emerson was arrested. He faces 83 counts of attempted murder of those on board, including passenger Jessica Verrilli, who posted on social media about the ordeal. The flight attendant came on and said, "We need to emergency land. The plane is okay, but we're having an issue." She was visibly worried. "I knew something was really wrong." The FBI is among agencies investigating.
We need to see what triggered him to do this. Is there an ideology associated with him looking to try and do this? Or is there just a mental instability?
For now, the Federal Aviation Administration has been quick to insist that the incident is not connected to current world events.
No.
And law enforcement says there doesn't appear to be a connection to terrorism.
Huh.
Wow.
Again, weird they'd come right out off the bat and say that.
So you know what he did, from what I read? It wasn't like he reached up there and grabbed the throttle and pulled it back. He set off the fire suppression system in the engines.
Does that turn off the engines?
Which shuts them down, yeah.
What's that? Oh, Lord Doc Kitty would appreciate it if you would hit subscribe and like on this video. And he says he knows it's a pain in the ass, but it helps us. And you want to help, don't you? I knew you did. Love you, mean it.
There you go. He grabbed the keys.
Yeah,
he grabbed the keys to the airplane.
They saved it, of course. But what the hell? You're just sitting in the jump seat. Number one,
but don't worry about it. It's not related to terrorism.
Yeah.
Don't even think that. That's stupid of you to even think. The FBI said so. I believe it. That's that. There's no boogeyman. Duh.
The First Amendment.
Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do.
Lives here. Watch and listen at thedailymojo.com.